So next speaker will say something about business. Please welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's my great pleasure to meet with you here in Iceland, a beautiful and amazing Arctic country, to discussing environment protection in the Arctic and its bright future. I'm working for COSCO, a multinational shipping group founded in 1961 that remains engaging in global shipping, modern logistics, terminal operations, and shipbuilding and repairing. COSCO is the largest shipping company in China. COSCO sent its motor vessel Yongsen on 2 trial voyages through the Northeast Passage in summer of 2013 and this year. The purpose was to seek a cooperative development, boost competitiveness through the energy conservation, emissions reduction, and cost saving, and fulfills our social responsibilities. Now, please allow me to brief you on the 2 voyages. Part 1. The 2 voyages through the northeast of the Arctic route. The maiden voyage in 2013. On August 15th, motor vessel Yongsen sailed from China's Taichung port, navigated through the Northeast Passage, and finally arrived at the port of Rotterdam on September 10th. The recorded passage was 7,931 miles, about 2,800 miles shorter than the traditional route through the Malaga Strait and the Suez Canal, saving approximately 10 days and 270 tons of fuel oil. Second Arctic voyage in this year. On July 22nd, motor vessel Yongsen started her second voyage from China's Jiangyin port via the Northeast Passage and arrived at the port of Vemberg in Sweden on August 17th, completing her westbound voyage in about 26 days. On September 5th, she sailed from the port of Hamburg in Germany fully loaded through the same route and arrived home Tianjin Port, China, on October 3rd. This voyage took us 74 days and was 5,700 miles shorter than the traditional route. This voyage saved approximately 20 days and 540 tons of fuel. It is also worth noting that on her homebound voyage, the vessel successfully traveled through the Northeast Passage without the escort of any icebreak and the guidance of any ice pilot. In short, traveling through the Arctic route brings 2 benefits to the shipping companies. It indicated a win-win result to ship owners and customers because it saves time, cuts down the energy consumption, lowers the cost, and substantially shorten delivery time. Moreover, we can minimize the carbon emissions by reducing fuel consumption. In this way, we will be able to fulfill our corporate social responsibility and protect the global environment. Part 2. What we learned from these 2 voyages of Yongsen. First, the weather and ice condition information we obtained from the weather routing companies was in line with the real situation, which means the forecast model we have employed is rather accurate. Second, although there is only a small amount of sea chart and hydrologically the data available, the data, navigation marks, and annotations from the Russian sea chart are reliable. We just found it a little bit difficult to understand because all the information in Russian language. Third, according to the relevant materials, weather in the Arctic change fast, lower temperature, and poor visibility. Yet, we did not experience the above during the summer. Based on the experience of the two voyagers, we have also identified some outstanding problems regarding the development of the Arctic load future. First, the information regarding the navigation safety and the navigation environment data needs to be further regularized. There are very limited resources of books on sea loads and the information on weather and ice conditions. The accuracy and hydrological and geomorphic information also needed to be further enhanced. Second, electrical force along the Northeast Passage needs to be further strengthened. There are only 3 electrical points along the 2 southern sea miles coastlines of the passage. Such a small number of electrical points along the very few ships navigated in these regions makes it even harder to carry out effective assistance and rescue in case of emergencies. Third, the navigable season of the Northeast Passage is rather short for machined ships. Even those ice-class ships can only navigate from July to October each year right now, totaling 4 months of labor time. This makes the commercialization of the Arctic load harder. Part 3, suggestion to the future development of the Arctic load. Ladies and gentlemen, in the long term, as the polar ice melts fast, the Northeast Passage is well positioned to become a new trunk road connecting Asia and Europe and lead to an Arctic-linked economic circle, which includes Russia, Europe, North America, and East Russia, having a profound impact on the world economic and trade landscape. At the moment and in the near future, the changed climate and the thawing Arctic ice must be followed closely as we develop and exploit the Arctic load. We cannot lose sight of the fact that Arctic environment is fragile, and the ecosystem there needs to be well preserved. Therefore, protection of the Arctic environment and ecosystems is a shared, abundant, and long-term responsibility of all human beings. To this end, I will make 3 suggestions. First, we should strictly abide by the Polar Code, provide crew members with training programs on polar water operations, compile the manuals on ship operations, improve the safety process in ice zone, as well as navigational manuals and emergency rescue plans in lower temperature environment, so as to protect the safety of the crews and the ships. Second, when we conduct scientific research and resource exploration, including climate monitoring, ice condition research, and hydrological observation in the Arctic region, we should advocate bilateral and multilateral collaboration with Arctic nations, promote policy coordination and scientific exploration with relevant countries. The further enhanced practice cooperation in utilizing Arctic resources, including navigational channel. Third, when we're exploring resources in the Arctic region, organizations, business, and individuals should commit to regularizing their behaviors, taking environmental protections as their top priority, while keeping in mind the philosophy of continuous development. We must learn to respect the concerns of the local peoples in relation to environment protections, global ecosystems, and economic benefits, as well as to make our contribution to the orderly and continuous development of Arctic resources. Ladies and gentlemen, as an important member state of Arctic Council, Iceland has been playing a significant and constructive role in exploring the Arctic resources and protecting the Arctic environment. In the spirit of the framework agreement on cooperation in the Arctic signed between the Chinese and Icelandic government, COSCO will actively work together with the friends in Iceland, making our due contribution to the development of Arctic maritime industries and protecting the Arctic environment and ecosystems. I believe with both of our efforts, the Arctic will bring more benefits to the world. Last but not least, I would like to extend, on behalf of COSCO Group, our heartfelt thanks to all our friends who have offered your assistant cares and support and assistance to the COSCO. I wish these forums are completely successful. Thank you.